My name is Slavka, I'm from Alabama, and this channel is about living, traveling, and learning. See you on the road. Well, hello again at this humble freight train leaving the station. We're at Kalama, Washington, just north of Portland, getting ready to load ourselves. Looks like the commodity is going to be some kind of washed, used bottles, I guess, and we're taking it all the way to Summerland, BC, British Columbia. For those that don't know your geography, Summerland is right there by the Kelowna. There's a city on the giant lake in the Canadian. In British Columbia, there's a glacial lake up here, and there's Kelowna right here, and then there's a Summerland. This is kind of like Canadian redneck Riviera, if you will. A lot of Canadians have summer homes around here. It's a beautiful glacial lake in the mountains. So that's where we're heading. I don't know if I'm gonna cross here like the last time. I may take 97 through Washington and cross right here. I think that's the better route, in my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. Because otherwise, I would have to take all these Canadian back roads, and I really don't like going through here. It's not too terrible, but it's slow and a lot of big grades. Going this way, I will just take one grade over Cascades and then up to 97, and I'm pretty much there. So I might go that way. Anyways, I'm gonna go get loaded, and we'll see what's up, guys. We'll start heading out today, process the paperwork and everything. We're in North Bend, Washington once again. Gonna hop over the hills and keep going north towards Canada. So that should be, we're actually exiting, I haven't taken that route, that's exit 85. We're gonna get on some mountain roads there in 903 West in Washington. So I imagine it's gonna be interesting. I always look forward to driving new roads. There are not many left where I haven't been yet, so it's always an adventure. Hopefully, not too much adventure, we'll get through though. But yeah, so good weather today. There's nothing at the pass. We're getting into summer season. In the winter, it's always 50-50 chance of getting in the snow there up top, even if it's dry at the bottom. So you never know. But don't have to worry about that right now. It's too warm for snow, even at the high elevations. So as you can see, there's already leaves out, and the weather is clearing up on the Pacific Northwest. Definitely spring-like. Oh boy, we're climbing up and up the last 40 minutes. This is some Sasquatch country out here. And all the Bigfoot sightings. This is like hot spot for the Bigfoot. Right in this area around northern Washington back roads and British Columbia, like right around that U.S.-Canada border, and there's all the Sasquatches here. I believe it. It's a possibility. This area is huge, mostly unexplored. This all crazy terrain. I mean, there's slopes are 60-70 degrees, and you have trees growing everywhere. Most people don't settle. The people live in the valleys, and the rest of the land is like this. If you look at this, guys, if you were just, it'll be almost impossible to walk up these hills. They're so steep. You'll be crawling on all fours and sliding on your ass, basically. There's trees clinging to that, so who knows? I mean, maybe there is a Bigfoot. Or maybe there's just a bunch of drunken people that went camping one day. Or every season, I guess. We shall never know. Unless one just shows up, I guess, on eBay, the irrefutable proof of the Bigfoot existence is the body of the said Bigfoot. So, but yeah, these are back roads of Washington in the mountains. We're in the Cascade Range, heading towards Canada. Very cool area. I imagine when they have forest fires here, it's probably very dangerous because there's really nowhere to go. One canyon, and that's it. Millions and millions of apple trees. Washington apple orchard land. We're on the eastern side of the Cascade Range, and it's a lot more area here. It's a classical rain shadow zone for the big mountain range. On the western side, you have those giant pine trees that are massive, and on this side, it's all desert lake. But all the apple and cherry blooms are happening right now. This area is renowned for its apple and cherries. We're coming up on the BB Bridge, Lake Chelan. It's a dammed up river here, formed a lake along the Columbia River. One of the many times we'll cross this. We're in Washington, in the hills, boys and girls. We're in the town of Oroville, Washington. Just a few miles up ahead is a border with Canada. That's where we're heading. It's kind of like a last U.S. frontier town before we enter Kazakhstan. It's a pretty small little frontier place. This area, mostly Indian reservations. I'm not sure if this town's part of it, but pretty much anywhere you go here, there's some kind of tribal land, something like that. So it's not big towns here, just cute little towns. Mostly agricultural here. All they do is just orchards, cherries, apples, pears, stuff like that.
A mile to the right.
And here we are at the border checkpoint. On the right, we got Lake Osayus.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
As soon as we cross, the next town over is going to be Osayus, British Columbia. It's a Canadian town. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Indian names. So there's Canada up ahead, guys. Wish me luck. And we're in British Columbia, Canada. Back to going to metric system, kilometers per hour. But other than that, you know, you just got to get, not the first time to Canada, of course, but it's kind of like driving country roads mostly in the U.S. They don't have a lot of freeways here, so there's just going to be lots of switchbacks. We're going to mountains. As you guys can see, this valley, we're pretty much going to be in this valley. There's going to be a series of lakes until we get to Summerland, which is about, 80 kilometers. So that's like, 55 miles or something like that. Just got to keep remembering I'm in the kilometers per hour and the speed limits accordingly. And let's look at the small numbers on my speedometer, not the big ones. But other than that, I've been here before. It's a pretty cool area. So ideally we'll drop the load off and get another one. I don't know what my dispatch is working on. We'll find out. But just like in the U.S. side, they have orchards here. They grow in all the fruits and shit, and it's pretty much this whole valley. That's all they do in the U.S. and Canada. So it's town of Osayusos. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name. I can't. There are too many syllables in that town name, and I can't pronounce it correctly. So, alrighty guys, I'm going to keep rolling. There's mostly countryside until we get to the big ass lake there. It's a pretty cool area. As we go further north into British Columbia, start getting into massive Canadian Rockies with the sheer cliffs. A lot of it reminds me of Utah, and it's just further north. There's some massive mountains out here. Canadian Rockies are a lot steeper, a lot younger mountain range. Even more so than in Colorado. There are some big ass peaks out there. Glaciers. In fact, these whole lake systems formed in this valley. It's a runoff from the glaciers from up north. I mean, look at this, guys. There's like clouds catching the tops of the hills there. But yeah, This pretty much, this is the entire British Columbia is like this. All the way to Yukon. And if you ever go to Alaska, this is the kind of stuff you drive through for 1,000 miles. It's just mostly single lane roads with occasional pockets where you have passing lanes. This area is still well developed. There's still some big towns up ahead, like British Columbia, switchback roads and mountains, glacial lakes. This valley runs north to south direction, and there's a series of these lakes that flood this valley. And we're gonna go to the big one, where the town of Kelowna.
Winding road ahead.
That lake is over 60 miles long and about 4 or 5 miles wide, depending where you look at it. But the roads here, as you can see, very twisty. There's not a lot of room for anything, but they literally carved this road out of the cliffside. You're right next to a lake, and you have a 5,000-foot mountain on your right. Yeah, slow down quite a bit to make this turn. Beautiful area though. Like, people have these homes tucked in on the cliffside. It's kind of cool. This guy's got his own little lake palace there. Modest homes, but you can tell they've been here a long time. This is a lot of Canadians have their summer homes in this area, like further towards Kelowna. A lot of full-timers, campers. In the winter, I've been here in February. It's, you know, it hovers around the freezing temperature, but it does not hard freeze around here. At least not like for long periods of time, maybe for a few days. So the climate is overall somewhat still mild out of here. It's probably just proximity to Pacific Ocean and mountains. I don't know. So there's definitely a microclimate that exists specifically in these valleys where it's not super cold. Like, you get snow here, it's slush, and it usually melts off. I've been here, like I said, in February. I've seen it all. In the summer, this is like the tourist attraction, all the wineries and orchards, all the cool stuff. I don't know about fishing here. I would imagine there's some good fish here too, in these mountain lakes. This is British Columbia, guys. Roads carved out in the mountainsides, glacial lakes, and just endless mountain chains and valleys, towns in the valleys. This is the Canadian Rockies. Beautiful area in the summer. There's just a chain of these lakes, one after the other. We're in Summerland, British Columbia. So our final destination is about 3 kilometers, like a mile and a half. A beautiful area. It's Lake Kinshak. I can't pronounce the lake name. It's huge though. It's stretches like a sausage for 80 miles north. There's a bunch of towns on this lake shore on either side. But the area is really cool. It's where they have all their Canadian vacations, and people that summer homes, Airbnbs, all that good stuff. It's all around here. Kelowna, Summerland, there's other towns. Massive hillsides. You can see the cabins up there, and RV parks, hotels, resorts.